Hello, everyone. Dapat may
Hello.
momentary, pause.
Pause for for
Shutting
the
on YouTube before live. Okay, we are. Hey, hello, everyone. Sorry we're a bit late. Just gonna do our usuals, sharing on everywhere. Okay, sharing on Instagram.
sorry.
Link. Link. Hi, God, you're here early.
Hello.
Us on our live spreads tonight. Transfer live streams now. Yes. We'll be doing 4 sprints of 30 minutes.
How is everyone? Just gonna share on Discord.
Plus, what do you call this? Okay. Link. Just putting on the link. Link here. Tagging you at this moment.
By the way, I'm just eating
Hi,
dinner.
Sai. Yes.
I was just eating dinner, so if I'm like doing weird things to my mouth, I'm chewing.
Girl, it's okay. I was also rushing dinner because, I don't want to eat dinner while you're seeing me. Okay, just gonna share it very quickly on Discord. Hi, all.
My this one is so much. The angle. Why is my kitchen so messy? Need to move there. Yeah. Cover it with my body.
Hi, all. Doing some live sprints tonight. Live sprints. 20 minutes, 25. Why did I say 30? So now do we have to do 30?
No.
It's okay. It's a typo. Tonight. Doing our second week. Okay, sharing. Reading.
How was everyone's weekend so far? Well, so far it's almost the end of the weekend, but how was
Oh my
everyone?
gosh, it's been very hectic for me. That's why I actually realized very late that I haven't shared on Instagram.
Yeah, no, I was
I
gonna
haven't shared.
almost message you and ask if we're still gonna do it. Like I because I thought maybe something happened, something came up, that's why I haven't shared it yet. And then like as soon as I was gonna ask, you started sharing it. I'm like, oh okay, we're still go.
Hold on. Where am I? Your Asian youth. Yeah. Live sprints. Live sprints. I haven't been able to read this weekend because it's been very packed. At least for me. Like, had to go to Manila yesterday for some stuff with friends. So,
Mm.
and I only got back to Bulacan early this morning, but I also have to go out for like a family dinner. So, oh, for a family lunch out. So, I just got home around 4. So,
Very
like, so tired. A very packed weekend for me that doesn't involve reading. So, how about you? How
I
was your weekend?
it's a slow reading month for me so far. I'm just not. I want to read, but I feel tired all the time. Is because work has been so busy recently. So I
Mm,
like after I'm done working, I'm just like on my couch, just like this, and I don't want to. I don't want to read anything. I don't want to listen to anything. I just want to lie down.
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
it's been a slow reading one so far. I'm starting to like get my life together again.
Reading
So
life together.
but also that I've been like rearranging around the house, and every time I start doing that, you know how it looks so much worse when you start like organizing something, and then you lose motivation in the middle, and then everything's a mess,
So
and you don't
now,
want to.
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
kind of
Everything's
happened.
just worse before you started.
It kind of happened to me, and because the house was a mess, I didn't want to do anything. I had no motivation to do anything else. But then yeah, like I said, got my shit together and finished some of the stuff that I was doing. So now at least I feel good and I can actually read. Because I feel like if the house is a mess and then I'm reading, I feel guilty because I should be using that
Yeah.
time to clean up what the mess that I started for no reason at all. Okay. But I just the book that I'm gonna be reading now. I just started it yesterday, and I haven't made
Ooh.
like I've just read 8 pages. Like I literally just read
Okay.
like the first chapter just to get a feel for if I want to read this tomorrow. So or today. So yeah, I haven't been reading. That is the conclusion. And for some reason, it's been so hard filming for me. Like I filmed my September wrap up, but I don't think I like it. I'm not sure.
Oh
I think I
no.
want
So are you
to film
gonna
it.
refilm it?
I'm gonna I'm gonna see later if like because I tried editing it last Friday, but
Hmm.
I'm not, like I don't like it. I made the thumbnail already and everyone don't like the actual video, so I'm thinking I might try again to edit it later, and then if I still hate it, I'm just gonna refilm it tomorrow. Oh, it's so hard talking about 25 books.
25? My
Yeah, but then
God. I mean,
of
that's a
that,
good problem.
yeah, a good chunk of that was Blood on the Tracks. I think that was like nine
Yeah, yeah,
volumes.
yeah.
Yeah.
How is everyone else's weekend slash reading? Were you able to read or chill this weekend? I think I no longer like can do the part where when you mentioned earlier where you just lay down and do nothing. I think I'm too anxious for that. I feel like
Mhm.
I always need to be doing something. Like it could
And also,
be doom scrolling, checking out post ideas or whatever.
I actually like doom scrolling. I feel like I watch a lot of YouTube in general. like I don't know, like even if I've watched everything that I wanted to watch in my subscription, I would scroll, like I would refresh my homepage again and again, looking for something. And I'm just thinking, if I were to do the screen time decides
Yeah,
how long,
yeah.
I
My
would
gosh, same.
like if I do that screen time decides how many hours, I feel like maybe I should do it just so I could get like
Yeah,
a slap on the face that like get your shit together. You're on your phone way too much.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
just so I could get that reality check. Because I looked at my screen time. I think it was 2 weeks ago. So that was like a screen time from 3 weeks ago. I have on average, like this is average across the entire week, like 9 hours. That's average, and I don't know why. And
Wait,
I think
wait, just in general, just with your phone?
I think what do you mean with just my phone? I think in
As
general
in like
that's
screen time on iPhone?
my phone. It's just
Okay,
9 hours, and I'm like on average. So there are like
girl.
it's like high, and then there's days where it's low. And I think it's partly because I do play videos while I'm doing stuff. I think
Ah, yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah, yeah. It makes sense.
I have to take that I guess into consideration. But also but realistically it's really just a lot of hours. And I don't go on social media much. Not on Instagram, not no
Ah,
TikTok, not I don't have Facebook. I don't use Facebook. It's literally just YouTube.
yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah. Oh my
it's like
gosh.
maybe like an hour for like texting or like messages and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Most of it is just YouTube. Like I
Now I
don't
have
know.
to check it. I have to check mine. Because, embarrassingly, my October 6th to 12, just on
Hmm.
TikTok alone, 8 hours, 44 minutes. Girl,
For work.
look at that graph. Look at that graph. Holy shit. And when there's an option to see how many times you've opened TikTok that
Yeah,
week,
yeah. And
182 times.
do you think if you remove the stuff that you use for like the hours that's work, would it change much or
It's
no?
not work. It's not work. It's not.
Because I know like for your work type of work,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
really
yeah.
to scroll through TikTok, but
I'm
like
gonna be honest, and it's not because like I'm not doing any social media work lately. So
girl,
let me check my
10 hours.
phone for screen time. Because like, okay,
What?
how do I find out what was last
I think
week's?
you have to go to the see all something.
Hi,
See all app and
week.
website activity, and then oh my god, my average last week was almost 9 hours.
Wait, how do I check? How do I tick off? Ah, this week, last week. Okay, okay, okay. Have to scroll. Last week was, huh? That's weird.
My my last week is
Like last week's average. Ah, that's just the average. So
yeah.
mine is total screen time is 22 hours 4 minutes, but the average is 3 hours 9 minutes.
Girl, my total screen time last week is 62 hours. I spent 3 days on my phone essentially. And
Oh
I'm
my
looking at
god.
the breakdown. It's for this is for the entire week. 12 hours and 40 minutes on YouTube. Actually, yeah, 12 hours and 40 minutes on YouTube. This is total. And then 11 hours and 59 minutes on Netflix because I was watching Culinary Class Wars.
Oof, I want to
I was
watch
I
that.
was binge watching Culinary Class Wars.
Is it
Um,
because of the hot chefs?
I generally like I love cooking,
Ah,
so
okay, okay.
the initial reason why I watch it, but definitely I was rooting for Triple Star towards the end. A Triple Star stan. But before that, when I wasn't watching Culinary Class Wars, I spent 24 hours and 47 minutes on YouTube. So that's like a full day on
Wait,
YouTube.
mostly because I don't use my phone for YouTube when I'm at home. I use my iPad. So
So you have to add
most
up your
of my
screen time.
screen time, Instagram and
Oh,
TikTok.
it's all devices. Don't you have your like iCloud linked? It's all devices.
Ah, it's
So
all
yeah.
devices. I
So
don't
it's all
remember.
the devices that are in your iCloud account.
Ah, I see, I see, I see, I see.
I mean, I spent 4 hours
Creativity.
and 5 minutes on Kindle last week. So I think that was like I was finishing a thriller book. Oh, I
I
think it
hope
was
they have that kind of feature, like to see how much you've been using your Kindle, as in like within the Kindle app. Like within the Kindle, I hope they have that feature. Like,
It's
huh, how
true.
many
I think there is a feature of like statistics on Kindle, but I'm not sure how
there is?
it is. Yeah. Um.
Wait, I'm just gonna check the comments. Cat's weekend. Went to a writing workshop yesterday and dedicated today for resting and reading. Yes, you deserve it. I saw the posts for the workshop. It seemed so fun.
Oh, it seems so fun.
On the topic of screen time, my average was 10 hours. Average, but same. I love playing something on YouTube while doing some tasks. Total
Yeah.
screen time was also 63 hours.
We're the same. We're the same people. But then sometimes, but I know that part of it was because I was playing something. But then I also know, like, if I was being honest with myself, I know a lot of it was also just me lying down on the couch and watching something and not doing anything else, nothing productive at all. Uh,
I think it's on the Kindle app,
yeah,
not
yeah,
the Kindle device.
yeah. It's on the app. There's the this one, but it's not like it's not.
It
There's
doesn't sync. Yeah. It doesn't sync
it's.
what you're when you're reading on your Kindle device, correct?
I'm not
Just
sure.
on the app.
I have a different Kindle account on my phone and on my
Ah.
because I'm using my work sponsored Kindle account, Kindle Unlimited account on my phone, and then my regular Kindle I account on my Kindle.
Hold on, just gonna put up my here because it's kind of hot today. It rained yesterday, oddly enough. Like it rained hard. Not sure
Hmm.
in Manila, but it rained hard here up
It did.
north.
It rained here, but I wouldn't say it was hard. It was rain, regular rain.
Tiring weekend spent with family and friends. Was raining intermittently here in Batangas, hence the vibe is more on staying indoors. I approve. I approve of this. Staying indoors. What will you be reading, Kat and Sai? What would everyone else be reading tonight with us? Or if you're going to do something productive, let us know as well. Just, okay, now it's not hot anymore. I cut my hair, so it's in an awkward length to
So it's
like
hard.
put up.
Like
Yeah,
uh,
so
you have to use a lot of like clips and stuff.
lips, yeah. Okay.
It's been a while
So
since I've.
while we're waiting for them to share with us what they're going to be reading, do you mind sharing what you will be reading? Because I haven't asked you yet about that.
I'm gonna be reading "We Used to Live Here" by Marcus Cleaver, 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 Marcus. I'm gonna be reading this, and it's a pretty new release. I think it's just released in the last 3 months or so, and I really like the premise where you have this lesbian couple. They're staying at this house. I'm not quite sure if they're like staying there, kind of like Airbnb or living there. So they're staying there, and then one night when like one of the girls were not in the house, a family of five knocks at their door and says, "Hey, we used to live here. Can we come take a look for like 10 minutes just so my kids can see where I grew up?" So it's kind of that.
No?
It's like
What did I answer?
it's the
No?
middle of it. It's like winter, and obviously, and then the girl that answered the door, like one of the like people, in the person in the couple, she was like, "This is weird. This is odd. Like, where did you all come from? You don't even have your car outside, and it's freezing cold." But then she's a people pleaser, so she's like, "I don't I get, like they seem like good people, blah blah blah."
Oh my
And the
gosh.
kids are so young because there's parents and then there's three kids. Like one is like 7 year old, the eldest is I think around like 12 or something like that. So they
Okay.
seem like a proper family. So her kind of like her radar was like, okay, maybe they're just really being just they just really want the
Curious. Yeah, yeah,
sentimental,
yeah.
sentimental thing. Like they're just being sentimental. So she lets them in. and then I don't know yet, but
So
that's
this is
the
a thriller. This is the
yeah, it's a
thriller.
thriller. It is. I think what I like so far, I've only read the first chapter, which is like 9 pages, is that was the synopsis of the book, what I just said, and that's also the first chapter because I like that it's so
Ooh,
straightforward, that it's starting straight at the action. Because I
okay.
think some thrillers you go through like this, oh, this is our main character. She works at this. This is her life so far. Something traumatic happened to her in the past. Like you have this whole backstory, which is also interesting to read. But I like how this one it just goes straight to the point. And then the kind of the you know how they're comparing books to other like movies or something. This one was compared to. Let me just double check that I'm used to live here. This one was compared to uh, Turn of the Key meets Parasite.
Ruth Ware. Wait, but Turn of the Key is like, well, yeah, there's kind of an invasion in terms of like, not an invasion in the sense that, how do I explain it? Because Turn of the Key gives you the feeling that someone else is in the house or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, that you get that like creepy feeling that someone else is there. And then Parasite, which is obviously kind of like similar, where you get this eerie feeling that someone is in the house. So I was like, this is curious, and I've actually heard pretty good things about this book. Like I haven't actually like listened to anyone review it, but just like the general vibe that people are saying that this book is like pretty like it's thrilling. And it also
Mhm.
says in the Amazon listing it's Get Out meets Parasite.
Oh, wait, what's the name again? I literally
Um
searched it earlier. We used to live here.
Get Out meets Parasite, and it's a debut as well. And what does it like
Ooh,
it says here Get Out meets Parasite in this eerily haunting debut and Reddit hit. Like what do you mean
Reddit.
hit? Like that's such a like
Okay.
I don't understand. And it says here it's gonna be a Netflix original movie starring Blake Lively, I think.
Ooh, that's a
That's all it
choice. But
it
it's
was
a
probably
choice that they made.
made a while ago before everything happened.
You know what? I'm already gonna add it on my TBR, mostly because of the Get Out meets Parasite. Like both
Yeah.
of these books I loved, and still gonna wait for your what do you call this,
But
thoughts.
I'm very
But
curious. Like I haven't read like I read because I'm doing a video with like thrillers and horror. So I
okay,
have been reading thriller and horror, but I haven't read one that has me like really, ooh, what's gonna happen? I'm so excited.
okay,
So
it's a
I'm very
2024 release too.
it is. I think like 3 months ago maybe or like two
Yeah.
months. So
Okay.
hopefully it's good. How about you? What are you gonna be reading?
I do not have like the e-arc that I have. It doesn't have the cover, but I'll be reading the sequel to the Kamogawa Food Detectives, and it's the Restaurant of Lost Recipes. So I'm actually 49% through it because like I started it last week, but I have to finish it like very soon because like the book already released. And I think I just don't have that much motivation to finish it, but I have to. Yeah. So suffice to say, it just follows the same recipe. Get what I mean? Follows the same recipe in terms of like the way that the chapters are divided. They're according to like the meals or like the food that the people want these detectives to find for them. So it's always the same. Like someone looks for them, like, and then they find them, and then they tell the detectives what food they need, and then the detectives would say, "Oh, this is gonna be hard," and then they find it eventually, and then the people come back, and then they're gonna explain how they find it, and then period, done. Move on to the next chapter.
Is it kind of like a short story? Like each individual chapter is like a contained story, or is there like a overarching like plot or like a through line?
I think it kind of is like a short story collection, but it's not short story because like it
Yeah,
features the
same
same
people.
duo of father and daughter tandem. So it's like before the coffee gets cold, but not like before the coffee gets cold. Because at least with before the coffee gets cold, there's like some characters appear in other stories. At
Mm,
least in this one, they don't.
yeah.
So yeah,
But you have
I
like characters that are consistent.
yeah. It's a father daughter duo. Okay, hold on. Kat says she's reading the arc of Face Shield Nation. This was us 2 years ago. We're a Face Shield Nation.
Yeah, I think it is a pandemic.
It
Book.
is.
Yeah, it's by
Oh
Ateneo.
shit! I was only joking.
I think it was by Ateneo Press.
Oh, it's not on. It's not on Goodreads yet. Face
Yeah.
Shield Nation.
Or was I
Gideon
different?
Battle. Oh, it's not yet. Oh, Cat. Cat appears on the Google.
The first search.
Google search. Yeah. So is it?
But I'm not sure if it's like a nonfiction or not.
Okay. Sai says, I finished the racial incident while out with friends earlier. I'm starting love letters to a serial. Oh, that's on my TBR. That's on my TBR. Love letters to a
I was gonna
love
ask,
letter.
are you finish books while you're out with friends? Or were you all reading? It's like I could never read when I'm with my friends. Like I would be too distracted. But if you were all reading,
Unless it's the point of
yeah,
being
let's not meeting up for
reading.
like reading. Yeah, but then
Yeah,
if we're
yeah.
just hanging out together, I would never get anything read. Or maybe we're just too chatty as like a friend group. Love letters of serial killer. That sounds interesting.
So I'm assuming this is gonna be kind of unhinged because, like, from the title alone, I'm like, why would you send love letters to a serial killer? Which kind of reminds me of Butter, though, because like that journalist was
Well, if you
sending
think about it,
letters to.
like love letters to serial killer is actually a pretty common phenomenon. Like a lot
Also,
of serial
yeah,
killers
at this
get
age,
like love letters or in jail. So, but I love the cover. I love how it's like the ransom note type of like letters.
yeah.
Oh, somebody rated it 4 stars in my like story graph. Uh, Miracle Creek.
Sharing that I'm also in the middle of Miracle Creek and I'm loving it so far. But I'm starting
I
the
know
art
you love
because
this
the
book,
deadline is
right?
near. Hmm?
You love this book, Miracle
Yeah,
Creek.
I love it. Wait, let me check again how much I rated it. Because, like,
Just to double check.
I
Less
knew, like, it's not.
unfortunate situation.
Oh, it's 5. It's 5.
Oh, I think
It's
Kat
5.
mentioned last Wednesday when I was doing my sprints that she was reading this book and that it's a crime
Family drama. Yeah, it's more of the
like
family
court,
drama.
court drama thing, which I love. Like Defending Jacob, one of my favorite books 2 years ago, 3 years ago, is kind of like that court drama. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna add this to
But
my
it's
sprint.
not. They're not always in court, if I
Yeah, but
remember.
then it's kind of like that's happening, and that kind of like is the setting for the things that are happening around us. Or
Okay. I think I just
not
gave away my copy of Miracle Creed. Did I? I think so.
sure. Libby to the rescue.
Oh no, it's here. It's here.
No, I need to read the two other books that you've lent me. So
Yeah, if you're gonna borrow it, it's here.
I have
I
to like I have
have the edition that you hate, which is Book of the Month.
I have to read one book like from the two that I've borrowed from you, and I'm gonna return that, and I'm gonna borrow a new one. It's like a
Is it
library.
Anibot? Is it Anibot?
Yeah, because I have Annie Bot and sorry, my dishwasher is going off in the background. I have Annie Bot and Wolf of Yarrow. So,
Oh yeah. Okay.
I have to
Anibot
read
would
one.
be faster and
Yeah,
easier to read. Turn of the Key and Parasite. Yes, I am sold. I
well,
have an arc of
lives in
that.
that.
Who used to live here?
I hope it lives up to that big comparison because that's like a big thing to say.
Sometimes, yeah, because like sometimes it's a hit or miss when they use that to market, like Get Out meets Parasite, and you're like expecting
Your
so much.
expectations, yeah, through the
Yeah,
roof, then they don't deliver.
you're right. It's a compilation of essays from 2020 about the pandemic, a face shield nation. Even the author's biopic has he was wearing. Oh my god, I was just joking. It was real. I was like, it is us, a face shield nation.
Literally.
Hi, Liza.
I
Welcome back. It's been a while. What are y'all reading at the moment? I wish everyone have a fantastic day. Thank
Yeah.
you. So, we
I'm
are
reading "We Used to Live Here" by Marcus Kleiwer, but it's a mystery thriller, pretty new. I think it was released in the last 3 months or so, and we're just following this lesbian couple where a family of five suddenly knocks at their door and says that they used to live there and can we like take a look inside your house, and then we don't know what happens. It's been pitched as Get Out or like Turn of the Key meets Parasite, so my expectations are a little bit high, but I'm very curious. So I haven't started it really, like I've read the first chapter, but yeah, we're gonna be starting that today. How about
and
you?
I'm going to be reading The Restaurant of Lost Recipes. So, it's a sequel to the Kamugawa Food Detectives. I have the e-arc, so I have to finish it very soon. But I'll share more thoughts once I read more of the stories. I hopefully would be able to finish it tonight because like it's pretty short, like less than 300 pages long, and I'm already 50% through it. And since it follows the same recipe, you're like, okay, it's just a different person. They have a different backstory. They have a different context as to why they are asking for this food. So it's pretty like fast to read. You're like, okay, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. Reminds me of oh yeah, says
Ooh,
Amy's right. So that's why I'm loving it. But yeah, it's pitched as a courtroom thriller. I didn't remember that it was pitched as a courtroom thriller because when I was reading Miracle Creek, it was the scenes were more on like prior to what happened. So I don't actually remember when they were at the courtroom. Like I do not remember because it for me it was more on the family drama side of things versus like it being a thriller. Like there's no big showdown, but something will happen in the end. Yeah, like I think this would hit hard or harder for moms actually, because like the main character is a mom and she's dealing with a difficult child. Like I don't remember what the diagnosis with is with a kid, but I know he has like a rare disease or something like that, which renders him difficult to like take care of.
yeah.
Has been a while. How are y'all doing? I passed my 2 exams. Oh, congratulations! Time for some reading to celebrate or buy some books. Wait, it's not gonna appear online.
Yeah.
Those sound interesting. I'm reading. Oh, pumpkin spice cafe. I have been wanting to read this because I've been seeing it around recently, and it's
No.
a cozy mystery.
Actually, good. When you say cozy mystery, I just watched someone say that it doesn't feel like a cozy mystery. It's more of like cozy romance with a little bit of mystery. So
Oh,
you know, setting your managing expectations. Because that's I just heard. I haven't read it, but I just heard that from like two different people on like the YouTube like reviewing people thing.
well,
So
the one-liner says a spicy small town romance.
mm. So I don't know where the thriller came from, like the mystery part, sorry, came from. I think just the vibes of the cover. It feels like it could be cozy mystery.
Yeah, because it says cozy mystery here, but let me check why it is cozy mystery. Huh, why is it tagged as cozy mystery actually? Do let me know, Eliza, why or is it a cozy mystery? I feel like Gilmore
It
Girls.
is
I
like,
don't want to
but I have heard that it's like it says it in the listing that it's like a spicy small town romance, but you don't get that spicy vibes from the cover. So a lot of people are like taken aback when it's actually spicy. Is what I've heard through the
So it's
grapevine.
like icebreaker all over again. Is it that
I don't
romance
know.
book?
I haven't read that.
No.
No.
I would read that too because of the I haven't watched Gilmore Girls to be honest.
It's like everyone's favorite fall, like autumn show, and I haven't watched it either.
So should we do sprint number one?
I probably
'Cause-
should.
yes. Okay, so we're set up for 25 minutes tonight for sprint number one. Happy reading, everyone. We'll see you in 25 minutes. Happy
Reading.
reading.
Hello.
Hello again. How was
How
everyone's sprint? That was quick
it
for me.
did, yeah, it did feel fast. Also because I cleaned up my dishes after I ate my dinner. It was like I wasn't able to read much, but it was okay.
So, how far along are you with the book?
I made it to page 30, which is 10% of the book.
Mm.
And we're starting to get kind of like the eerie vibes from not just the family, but the house itself. Like some like odd things here and there about the house that was obviously made evident with the family because the family
Mm.
came to the house and they were like, oh, there used to be this here. Oh, did you still have this thing here? So you're kind of like picturing ahead, okay, where did that thing go or stuff like that. So you start to like think, did something happen in the house, or is like has something like did someone hide something or whatever, like you start thinking those things even though nothing has happened really. So I
Mm.
like that vibe so far. How about you? How is the book?
I got to pay. I got to 61% of the book. Like I started 49%, so that's not so bad. Um, my opinion is still the same. like I'm just on a different I'm just on a different chapter now. In a
Yeah.
different story with a different character and a different background. So I think there are still lessons to be learned from each
Mm,
story, but they're not that I don't know, they're not that gonna make you reflect
yeah.
really. I'm like, okay, just another chapter to like read. So I don't know if it's a matter of like a timing for reading this book. So I don't know. I'm just want to be able to finish this book so I can move on with my other commitments.
I love how you're so done with the book already. I feel like because the chapters feel the same, you feel like you've read the entire book already at that point.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, so it's a
It's
different
just
character, but it's the same, yeah.
like the same story, different font vibes.
Yeah, exactly.
How about
Anyway,
Emily?
how is everyone else's? Hi there. Welcome to our sprint. I think this is our first time seeing you.
I think so.
Pink. What are you going to be reading and how should we call you? Hi,
Should we
like,
just
hi
try?
again. The reading's was so good. I'm listening to the perfect playlist for the book. Yeah, because you're reading a pumpkin spice.
I have
Happy.
a like autumn fireplace thingy going on. Like I've been playing that since like the afternoon, and I just remember because you have like the pumpkins and stuff in the screen as well.
I only read 10 pages because I'm annotating. Gideon Lasco is such a good writer. This is bringing me back in 2022.
I don't know if I want to be brought
That
back.
traumatic.
I don't know if I want that.
Ooh, that's a lot. 31 pages. The first 5 pages talk about the MCU is obsessed with true crime. I could be the MC. But I'm not gonna write a love letter to serial killers I'm reading. So
Are you sure
I'm not like
though?
I'm not like other true crime girlies, I guess.
This kind of reminds me of Penance by Eliza Clark because it also like focuses
Mm,
on true crime and the obsession that people have with true crime. And in that book, she talked about how in Tumblr, because it's set in like early 2000s or something like that. Like in Tumblr, there would be like big fan groups of different serial killers, and they were just all
mm,
all edgy, and
oh
they
my
make fan
gosh.
fiction of their
Yeah.
serial killers, and I'm like, oh my god, this sounds so bizarre and so wrong, but at the same time, I know that that exists somewhere even today.
Yeah. I mean I won't be surprised to be
Yeah, I
honest.
wouldn't be surprised. like it feels like writing a serial killer story is different from creating fan fiction of real serial killers. Like,
Yeah, that's where I'm like, that's where I draw the line. Like, I just want to read about how messed up people are and not like
fiction.
romanticize them and shit. I picked this book up because it was compared to based on a true story. That funny mystery thriller series by Kelly. Wait, as
Featuring
in
Big Bang Theory.
featuring Big Bang. Yeah,
Big Bang
Big Bang
Theory.
Theory. Big Bang Theory. Kelly Coco.
Yeah,
Based
she's
on a
the.
true story. Kelly.
I feel like I've seen a poster of this, but I haven't watched it.
This one. I haven't watched it. If it's not on Netflix, I won't be able to watch it. Me obsessed with true crime. Same. Like when I get ready for work or when I'm going out, so like I sit down, do my makeup and stuff.
Do you
So it's
watch
like
it already?
I watch true crime. Like I watch Baby Saren or I watch like Watcher, as in like the
Yeah,
guys from BuzzFeed. So
yeah.
it's my background. It's my background music. It's my
I had a phase as well with. I'm more like rather than true crime. Those are like content creators whose like content is like true crime retelling and stuff like that. I watch a lot of like true crime documentaries in general. Like
mm,
I've been like recently, you know how Netflix has a lot of that,
yeah,
like a
yeah,
lot
yeah,
of.
yeah.
So I kind of like I go through phases where I just watch like back to back to back to back of those. But yeah, I had a phase, but right now I haven't really watched any. I think the last thing that I watched was it is true crime, but it's not like the murder. Well, I guess it is murder, but it's like bombing and stuff like that, like a Boston Marathon bombing,
Mm.
and things like that. But yeah, I do go through phases, but more of like true crime documentaries rather than true crime like content creators.
You should watch that one. Season 3 is coming soon. Where is this though? It's from Peacock.
Oh, I can sure. I can use my sister's peacock.
She has.
I mean, my family has peacock, so I just make sure to like have a VPN subscription at all times so I can use their accounts and stuff.
I haven't heard of this, to be honest. Like, I haven't even seen any ad for this one, and I'm surprised.
I have so many TV series that I want to watch. Like I have a list on my phone, and I don't know why but I'm so hesitant to start a TV series because I binge it. That's why when I watch Culinary Class Wars, I couldn't do any work.
Mm.
I watched it in like a day and a half. Like I just kept watching. I can't stop. So I'm so afraid of starting a new show
And
because
it's
of
just
that.
gonna continue. Yeah, yeah,
Especially if it's like a backlist show. If it's like a new show where I'm forced to like wait because the new episodes are not out
yeah.
yet or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's out, then I feel like much more inclined to watch that because I know that there's like a stopping point. Like I'm not gonna binge it because it's like not done yet. But if it's a backlist, I would watch it. Like if I like the first episode, I would watch it until the very end and not do anything, any work, anything. So I'm like, I'm just not gonna watch them, or I'm gonna wait until I have nothing to do, which never happens.
So I guess they're never gonna be
But then
watched. Is that
I'm
what you're
spending like
saying?
10 hours on YouTube, which is
How many hours to be spent on like an
I don't
actual
know.
show?
Yeah.
Yeah, right now I think I have like sort of like a short attention span when it comes to shows or movies. I'm
Mm,
like, I haven't touched K dramas mostly because they are so fucking long,
yeah.
like 40 minutes average per episode, like even an hour. And I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna watch an anime, bro. Like,
I like when I started watching K drama, you know how there's this editing style where they repeat the same scene in
Yeah, yeah,
25
yeah,
angles with, I don't know, five different slow motion settings and whatever.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
I can't stand that now. Like, I'm like, just move on with this. Like, we get it.
Like we get it. I saw
Change
it the first
character mode.
time.
They're staring at their eyes. Like, I have eyes. I saw that. So can we just move on? I remember watching Queen of Tears, and there were
Mhm.
so many scenes like that. Like every time they would just like get close like this, it would be like shown on five different angles. I don't know. I just can't stand it now. Maybe it's just because I've just watched so many K dramas when like in the past 5 or so years, and I'm
Yeah,
done. I'm done. Like movies, I can still like Korean movies. I'm still
yeah, yeah,
watching.
yeah.
K dramas, I haven't found anything that has really been super interesting. I would be willing to sit through that kind of like editing style.
Yeah, I think you just need to find one that doesn't have that much editing style.
Kind of hard because even
Unless it's
variety.
like a non-romance K-drama, maybe. Like action-packed.
I know. I feel like
Um,
I need to watch something like I remember I loved Signal before. I'm not sure if you watched
ah,
the
I
I
haven't
guess
watched it yet.
kind of like paranormal thriller kind of thing because there's
Hmm.
like
Yeah,
time
yeah, yeah,
travel.
yeah,
I really loved that, but it also had that kind of editing style where it would show the same scene in different angles. So, but I love that. I think the thriller aspect just really helps me. Okay, because I'm very curious. This is actually a thrilling part that you're repeating, not just some random, I don't know, staring to each other's eyes.
yeah. Yeah, and like zooming in on an awkward kiss.
Yeah, like they're very like like very like statues.
Yeah, like the lips aren't moving. Like, what am I looking at? Why are you zooming in at this one?
Okay, dramas. Hmm.
So, should we start with sprint number 2 to
Yes,
catch up on our earlier,
yap session. Yes.
yeah, pings? Okay. To anyone who is going to join while we're sprinting, let us know what you're going to be reading, how far you were in, and we'll get back to your comments 30 minutes after. So
Yeah.
happy reading!
Hello.
Hello again, everyone.
Sprints are
So,
going
how
by.
was very, very quick for some reason? Like, I only got to 72% of the book that I was reading from like 61. So, I wasn't able to read that much, I guess.
Yeah. I
How
think
about
me, I
you?
read, I read, I think 29 pages. Yeah, I think 29 pages. I'm on page 59 now, almost
Mm,
20% of the book. And so far, it's good. It's the calm before the storm. A lot of like setting up the vibe of the story. Not much yet for me to say because it's very early days. But yeah, how about you?
it remains the same. It remains the same. My thoughts are the same. It's a different chapter now, so I don't think I have much to say. Like, anything new? How is everyone else's sprint? I really hope I could finish this tonight. So I'm done with it and I could just go with the review. Okay, a serious question from Eliza. Do you guys sometimes get burned out from reading?
We do. We do.
Should
I
you
mean,
answer first? Do you first?
yeah, sure. I definitely do. If you look at my story graph of the number of books that I read every month, there's always like a big high, and then like a super low. There's like somewhere in that full year graph, I would always have like a couple of months where I'm reading so much, and then a couple of months where I barely read anything, like maybe one book, like two sometimes. I think last year there was a month where I didn't read anything. So it usually just depends on what's happening in my life at the moment. If maybe work was busy, or maybe I just had a big reading month, so I wanted to not read for a long time. So yeah, I think it does happen. Although I wouldn't say that I'm burnt out in a sense that I don't like reading. I feel like I always like to read, but it's more of I don't have the energy to read is what
Yeah,
happened.
or the
Like
time, yeah.
yeah, so maybe like a month where like for example last month I was reading so much. Like every waking hour I was reading in some way, shape or form. But right now I don't because I'm tired from work, I'm like catching up with my work. So yeah, I think it just comes and goes. How about you?
I think I could answer yes. Like, I think even with us who get like arcs or free copies from authors or publishers, that's where most of my burnout, quote unquote,
Mhm.
comes in because like I have my TBR. I already have the books that I want to read. But oftentimes the books that would come in or be sent to us aren't originally from our TBRs. Of course,
Mhm.
we feel obligated to like give back by reading the book and putting out the review. So I think that's where my burnout comes in. Like,
Yeah.
I have a commitment to do for this book, for this author. So, but not much on the recreational side of reading. Like, don't
Mm,
get, I don't feel the burnout because reading is an escape for me. Like, even if it's a thriller or mystery book that I'm reading, that's relaxing for me. Like I don't get stressed out. So that's where the yeah, mostly because if it's a commitment, like that the reading starts to become like work.
yeah.
That's where it becomes like a bit of a burnout.
And also, I think for us, because we create content out of books, not just from like things that are required, like for example, arcs or stuff sent by publishers, but like for example, for video ideas, like if you have to read a set amount of
Yeah, yeah,
for a
yeah.
video that I'm working on,
True.
sometimes there is that added, I guess, stress in a way that oh, I need to finish this by a certain date. If I'm not liking the book, it's like reading it so slowly, but then I have to finish at a certain time, or like just so I could keep up with the plans that I made. Like I made those plans, I can always move them, but I like sometimes I feel like, oh, I want to make sure that I upload this video on this day. So sometimes that does affect like feeling burnt out with books. But I mean, a good thing about that is as those are books that I chose to read. I mean, obviously I have like a theme or a concept for the video, but I still picked out those books. So oftentimes I can work through it and just keep on reading. But then sometimes it's just like I just can't keep on reading because I hate the book. And I'm pretty bad at DNFing. I'm really bad at it. So that also plays a factor into it.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that because, like, yeah, more on the content creation side of things because, like, having a TBR set for a video does it feels like work sometimes because I'm such a moody reader that even if okay this is for a video, sometimes I would have a set TBR but then I would change my mind in the middle of it, or like I no longer feel motivated to read these books because I'm not in the mood already. So yeah, totally agree with that. Okay, welcome to those who just got here. Hello, hello. Let us know what you're going to be doing or what you're going to be reading. Read
Ooh.
10 pages of your pumpkin spice romance book. Why is it so cool? I'm on page 54. That's quick. MC just sent her first letter to the serial killer. I hope these won't keep me up all night. Well, if it does keep you up all night, it's one of the
It's a
signs
good
that
sign.
yeah, it's a good book.
I mean, I'm
I
sure
hear
it's gonna keep
it's so
like
good that
all
you
night.
can.
Yeah, you can't stop reading. Or it's so good that you got scared that you can't stop like thinking about it and you can't sleep. Either way, that's a win for the book, I think.
Or it keeps you up all night that because it's bad that you just want to be done with it already. Finished 10 pages again, still in the same part where the author was telling about different episodes of the epidemic in chronological order. Currently, I'm on Christmas 2020. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was the first Christmas that we had to be like inside and whatever. It was just a blur, to be honest. Like when you think about it, it just
What was I
merged
doing?
in my
Christmas
head.
20.
Like maybe you can check
I
out
might
the
check.
videos that you put out December 2020.
Yeah, I know I did like I tried Vlogmas. No, 2020. I don't think I did. Actually, let me just check. But I live with my partner, but my partner whenever it's Christmas, he goes home to his like province and I stay here usually. So I feel like I might have just been watching a movie during Christmas 2020. Like usually I visit my family, but then obviously with the pandemic I couldn't visit them out of country.
Yeah.
Uh, so I think I was just here. Actually, I'm gonna look at my videos. I don't remember. Like I don't know what's
Actually,
20, 21, 22.
I think I joined Booktube 2021, not 2020. Because like
Oh,
I
so I probably
remember my
don't
very
have.
first video was in January.
Actually, that's a good point. I probably don't have a video. Let me just see, because I remember that I've done Vlogmas ever since I joined Booktube. Like I've attempted it, but I've only done it twice, so I wasn't there yet. I think. Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, posted I posted the 2020 wrapped, like my top 20 books of 2020 3 years ago. So I joined January 2021.
I joined April 2021. So I don't know what I'm doing. I was probably just watching something on the TV or on YouTube or something. Huh, what was I doing in 2020? I don't really know. I'm gonna check Instagram stories archive. I don't know my life before BookTube.
Oh, thanks for joining the Discord. So, a bit of disclaimer: we're not as active there like other Discord channels. Like we try to share when we're
Sometimes we
having
have
reading spreads or we have a new, yeah, buddy
sometimes
reads.
we have budget reads every now and then in there, but yeah, it's just I honestly I just don't know how like what we would do with a Discord at this point in time. So that's why I'm just not using it. But I think maybe if we could think of something like I think before we did the Hunger Games read along. So if we had something like
Mm,
that again, we would be using this Discord. So we're just keeping it until we have something.
low key.
Yeah, until we have something. What was I doing? I'm still looking at my Instagram stories. Okay, I'm inside it already. Oh no! It's either I didn't post anything on stories or the archive doesn't have anything. I don't know. Oh, it's the oh no, loading. It's loading. It's loading. Okay.
Message me, Pam, if you enjoy. We used to live here, so I can bump it up my TBR.
I will. I will let you know. Although so
2020
far
was the
it's
last time
just
I hit, oh my gosh, 100 books read. So I think I did read a lot until like 2021 or 2022, mostly because I started booktube, so I was very motivated to put out a lot of videos. But I think the last year, checking my Goodreads, the last year that I read more than 100 books was 2021. I read 108 books. Then it fell off starting 2022.
ah.
2020 to 2021 was a blur. I keep on mixing up dates. True. Only year I had 100 books. 2020 is also the year I always have a buddy reading commitment every
Oh
month. Oh my
wow.
god, every month. Well, mostly because we were just at home, literally nothing else to do.
I know.
Like
I
we
think
can't go
I'm
out.
opposite because I only started reading a lot 2020, 2020, 2021 is I think the year that I really started reading. I think it's 2020. But the first time that I ever hit 100 books was I think last year.
Mm,
What a year you were.
what's a year? Imagine the face shield era and like just falling in line for what do you call this? The one that they inject you with?
Vaccine?
The yeah, the vaccine. Like oh my gosh, the ubi cheese pandesal, the sushi bakes,
The what's the drink that you whisk for 5 million years?
dalgona. Is it
Dalgona
dalgona?
coffee. Yeah.
Dalgona coffee. Because Squid Game was also out around that
Yay.
time, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I checked the drinks that I mixed over the 2020. 2020. I don't think I can hit that this year because like I just hit the 40 book mark last week. So I think I
Mm.
can hit 50 by the end of the year. And I think that's my average now post pandemic, like 50 something to like 60. Hi Diane! Hi Dee! Welcome to our sprints. We have two more. We have two more sprints tonight. What are you going to be reading with us? For now, we're just reminiscing the 2020 era, pandemic era, because Kat is reading Face Shield Nation. So we're just trying to remember what we were doing 4 years ago. Can't believe I'm
I
saying
remember that
four.
I
4 years
was like
ago.
I'm the type of person who watches the Olympics. So I think I was kind of like following that. Like I have a couple of teams that I'm following, so I think I was following the whole saga of is it gonna be 2020 or is it gonna be 2021? Stuff like that. So I think I was just honestly I think I was just doing nothing at home. I also was unemployed at the time. I left my job 2019, my finance job, So at 2020, I was just doing my art stuff. Like I was selling stickers. That is what I was doing. I was making merch. Like I was making stickers. So I used to sell journaling stuff like stickers and like paper
Mhm.
and whatever. So I used to sell those. So I think I was just making a lot of that because I was planning to join conventions when they were back up again. And I was selling stuff on Shopee
Yeah.
as well. So I think that it was what I was doing, but that was like a blur right now. Like I don't super remember it. I joined two conventions and then I was like, I'm not sure if I want to do this. Oh,
Yeah, if it's recreational on top of like your full time, maybe.
yeah.
2020 was a year I met so many best friends right now. Oh my gosh, 2020, and I think no, 2021 is when I discovered other booktube creators. So that's when I started talking with Kat and everyone else. Sorry, came from dinner, reading Hyung Nam. Still catching up on live chat, Annyeong, Tita D. I was mostly reading YA contemporary and fantasy pre-pandemic 2020. I became a huge rom-com girly. Ooh. 2020, I think I had a good mix of books that I was reading years ago. Like, I would read fantasy, thriller, contemporary. Like,
Mm,
I think I was just reading whatever I want that time on
yeah.
top of like what I want to read for booktube.
Yeah. I
Your
definitely I remember that I read Six of Crows. That was the book that started it all for me. Like
mm,
first I read I have been reading I was going back to reading even before that. Like I would read like a book every 2 months 3 months, so I was still reading. But then when I read Six of Crows, after I finished Six of Crows, I bought like I don't even know about the whole library thing. Like I bought the ebooks. Like I bought Crooked Kingdom. When I finished that, I bought Shadow and Bone, and then like I bought the entire thing.
oh my
um
gosh.
yeah, like literally back to back. Like when I finish the book, I start the next one. Like no stopping. So I had that phase, and then I discovered booktube and stuff. And then I think that was when in 2021 the army like BTS readathon thing that
Yeah,
I
yeah,
had
yeah,
to,
yeah.
and then it kind of snowballed from there.
Yeah, I joined that too. The Armitathon that year, 2021.
I remember
Oh
being
my
so awkward about like filming a reading vlog. Like I wouldn't know what to say, what to do.
I think I always had a script. Like most of the videos that I have a script because like sometimes I'd be like, what was I saying? What was the point? Like I
Yeah.
cannot for the life of me do like raw videos anymore where I like just sit down because like I'm literally gonna blabber and there's gonna be no construction.
That's me now, and I hate myself when I'm editing because I'm like, why the fuck is she talking for like 10 minutes long? What is so important that she needs to yap for like 10 minutes long? And I'm gonna cut it down to I don't know 40 seconds. And like, why? Why was I talking for 10 minutes?
2020 and 2021, we had so many buddy reads, Tita D, so many backlists finished, but book purchases that year was insane as well. True.
I
True.
was
Because
really
like
good about buying books then. I wasn't buying books then.
I was like I think with Fully Book because like when I found out that they were still delivering, like they
Mm.
were on Shopee, they were on like the online
The
website.
Because I saw this video idea recently where they would go back to their first ever haul, and then they would check which ones they've read and haven't read. And then I wanted to do that, but then when I went to my first haul, I actually read everything, and then even my second and third haul, I read almost everything. Maybe just one of them I didn't read yet. So I was like, oh, I did pretty good then. But then the next one after that, it's all downhill from there.
Became friends with you via last time. Exploring so many Asian regions. I aw. Damn, everyone's reminiscing. I remember in 2021, I was obsessed with Pam's videos for our medathon. Knowing now you're an artist, it now makes sense.
Guys, I feel kind of imposter syndrome saying the word artist because I'm not really good at drawing, like, or the typical artist things. I'm more of like a designer.
Hmm.
Like I'm not good at like drawing stuff. I'm good at like organizing them into something that looks good.
Mm,
So I feel very like I think that's also part of the reason why I kind of didn't push through with the whole thing because I was drawing then and I'm pretty like I liked what I did then. I got some good sales, so I guess people liked it too. But I don't know. I need more inner work, I suppose.
yeah.
It's like so weird calling myself an artist or having people call me an artist.
The Holy Heist masterpiece. I've yet. Thank you for
Well,
reminding
somebody
me.
has to read Crooked Kingdom.
Girl, I have so many arcs to go through. Oh my gosh. Once I'm done with this, I could go back to reading what I want. Not that I don't want what I'm reading. It's more of like, okay, I can finally choose what to read. All of your booktubers were like, yes, we met as booktubers, actually. Like even Gerald and Trish.
Yeah, I was randomly commenting on Kat and Pam's booktube videos before I had my own booktube account.
What a year we didn't intend. What a year. Oh my gosh, yeah. It was a year I read so much. Oh my gosh. I was still doing like wrap ups and stuff. Last thing, last time standing was 2020. Oh, oh my gosh, Donna. I haven't seen Donna. Well,
I don't know who Donna is.
felt so much 2020. I think it was. Oh my gosh, every month. To be fair, I didn't haul every month. I think I mostly do hauls like twice a year, I think. Like one for my birthday and like one for Christmas or something
I
else.
think
Like
at that point, I knew at that time when I watched my haul videos, and I had the philosophy of I'm only gonna buy books that I know that I love, so I have to read them first, like from the library or digital, and then I'm gonna buy the book when I know that I love it. I'm not gonna buy like basically I'm not gonna buy a book I haven't read before. I was doing pretty
mm,
good there, but then I don't know. I don't know who she is now.
something happened.
I don't know. She can't come to the phone right now.
National Bookstore.
Oh.
Awesome. Welcome. I remember my first TikTok video. It's the first book that I bought from her. Aw, 2021. How I met my buddy read. Wait to see her. Oh my
Oh.
gosh. Send Choppy link.
No, it's already
That's so
gone.
gross. Oh my gosh, Kat, you have to. You have to.
You haven't read it? It's really good.
Girl. I
Like
think you're gonna
honestly,
love it. I think you're gonna love it. I
I
swear.
haven't reread it, so I don't know if I'm just like I have this weird recollection of it where it's like way better in my head. But I just know that it's good in terms of like being action packed. You're gonna be invested with the characters and stuff like that. So I feel like in that regard, and the fact that it's YA and it did all that for me, I feel like that's why I think it's good. And a lot of people seem to agree that it's good, so I think you're gonna like it.
Yeah, like even though it's not a YA isn't your thing anymore, it's still like it's still good. Like it
Mhm.
wouldn't read like an annoying kind of
Yeah.
YA fantasy book. Like things still make sense. Stickers?
Okay,
Question mark?
I'm gonna show I guess something that
I
I
got
think
like
I
two of your sticker packs when we did the
know.
exchange
Yeah,
before.
put that. So, like what I used to do was stickers for journaling because I've been journaling for a long time, like in different mediums. So, like creative journaling where you put like stuff, stickers and stuff. So I think so. I wanted to try out making stickers. So I guess this is the clearest photo that I can show. So it has a big like I'm sorry, like it was a promotional thing that I did. So it just has a bunch of like it's more abstract me, it's not like a full artwork. So I just did like paintings that I cut up into different like squares to make them look like cute stickers or yeah, like that. So it's more abstract, and then just a bunch of like small things like um I did a couple of BTS stickers before where it's just like themed after their songs, kind of like a Spotify playlist. Yeah, just very simple stuff, like stuff that you would stick on your journal. Nothing, not like a full rendered artwork. So yeah, that was a past life.
Past life.
Oh, I did do a bookshelf sticker as well before. Oh, it's a video.
Ooh, and that's what that I think that's the one that I
I think
got.
it's a video.
The
Yeah,
bookshelf,
I think
the
it's a video
bookshelf
one
sticker.
where yeah, it's like a
Yeah, yeah,
friend
yeah, yeah. I
sign
think I
sticker.
wait. Did I put it in my?
I still have a few. Those are just the leftover stuff that I when I stopped doing it.
Cause like I usually have. Yeah, I still have it here. So I have like a reading log for
Yeah,
like a shelf kind of thing for. I have the flower from you. This
I,
is yours, and the bookshelf. The book. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I still have it. I still use it.
yeah, very.
Yeah, that reminds me to update this reading log. Actually.
It's a fun time. Honestly, like selling at cons, it's so fun, but it's so tiring. Like a lot of the preparation,
Yeah.
the day itself feels like a fever dream. Like you would have to wake up early, set up your booth,
Set up.
and
Yeah. Ingress.
then you have
Egress.
to be on the entire day. Like you have to be chatting with people coming by, trying to get them to buy. Especially because I was pretty unknown. Like I'm not an established artist.
Yeah,
Just to
yeah,
be
yeah.
established person even on Instagram before then. Like I have a couple of friends in the same field, so they would be helping me out. But it's so tiring, and I don't know. I don't think it's for me. I think I would do it on the side just for fun, but it can't be my full time job. Like
Yeah, 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 yeah.
survive. So I think that was the realization that I had. So I kind of just put that on the side and then applied for jobs where I got to work at Canva. Like it was like a
Oh
perfect
my gosh,
timing.
yeah.
Posted like a job listing for working. So I'm like, wow, this sounds like it's so far from what I do. Like from my past job, I used to be in finance. So I'm like, oh, but this sounds like fun. Feels like I think I could do this. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna
And you got accepted.
I got accepted. So I was that's how me and Pam came to like work together in the same
Yeah.
company. Yeah, and then I have since left that company, and now I'm doing different things. But yeah, that was a realization. Like I can't sell at cons. I can't maintain this. It's a fun experiment, but I can't do
Yeah, yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. And it's fun to like meet new people,
Yeah,
like other
it is.
artists.
Like I remember Animal Crossing was such a big thing back then. And
Mm.
I would like the artists that I would meet in cons who would go to like an Animal Crossing party, like go to someone's island and just enjoy. So it was a really good time where I met a lot of cool people, and I'm glad that I tried it. But yeah, I'm glad
Mm.
that I also know that it's not for me because I wouldn't be
Yeah,
like
yeah,
thinking
yeah.
about this years from now. Oh, what if I did that?
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. Regrets for not trying it. Yeah.
so yeah, that's like a my pandemic project, I suppose.
I was even to start a booktube, but I was not a good yapper. But you yap, so you could do well on booktube. So
Honestly, I think with booktube, as long as like I think people like just really enjoy listening to other people talk about books in general.
yeah, as long
Even
as you
if
have like the same taste in books,
yeah,
whatever.
people would watch if you started a booktube and just
I'll
so
read
this
it
is
next
telling you to
time. Should I pressure Kat by saying that I'm gonna read Crooked Kingdom once you're done with Six of Crows? It's pretty. Yes, it's also pretty in person. Like Like I still have it on my 2024 log.
It's really fun because I actually made all of those myself. Like I didn't send them out to a printer. I printed that at home, laminated it myself. It's like really therapeutic, like making all of the stuff, but very
Wait, did you
tiring.
have like a machine to like die cut the shapes?
Yeah, I have the silhouette cameo. So I really tried to like really get it. Like when I the thing with me, which is a good and a bad thing, is that when I try something, I kind of go all in.
Go all out. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so that's a
Like
good and a
versus like going to just the printer and like
actually, I did try that, but I'm such a perfectionist that I tweaked and tweaked and tweaked the colors until I it printed. Because you know how when you're printing something, it's never exactly the same as what you see on the
yeah, yeah,
screen.
yeah, yeah.
So I would like have 10 test batches of all my stickers, just perfecting how thick the cut should be, this color, and I couldn't do that with
Yeah,
a
yeah,
printer.
yeah.
You have to pay for
Even the
each.
material of like the paper, the sticker
So I'm
paper.
like I just like bit the bullet and just bought the stuff myself and did it at home. And it was really fun. It was really fun. I used to
Yeah,
also
yeah,
do
yeah.
vlogs back then. They're still up on a different channel that I used to have, where I would do studio vlogs or like making the stickers,
Drop the
packing orders.
channel. Drop the channel.
It's not. I don't want to. But it's there. You
We're
can
gonna do
find
some digging, guys.
search for it. But it's there. Yeah, I used to do those studio vlogs, which was fun. I think those were actually my first exposure to art vlogs, like not the usual lifestyle beauty vlogs. So I tried them out myself, and I had fun with it. That was a different point in time. It was
Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my rage. That was like 2 years ago, I think. And we had like a Google Meet or a Zoom discussion about this. Yeah, yeah, we
cool.
did. Oh my gosh. I don't remember where we talked though. Was this on Messenger, like a group chat? I don't remember. But it was 2 years ago, I think, because I loved All My Rage. Should I dedicate a month where I just read need
Yes.
to get to? Oh my
Or
gosh, it's gonna be
join, do what I do with, and just dedicate a day each week. It's been really helpful for me. Like the Wednesday reading sprints, where I just read a series. Like I'm
yeah,
almost
because
done.
like it's really
Um,
just what you have to read for that
yeah, and I'm
sprint.
almost done with the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy. Just one more sprint, like one more Wednesday, and I'm done with the trilogy. And I'm like, oh, this working out for me.
Pam doesn't want to share, but we're gonna investigate. Are you planning on
Fine.
going back?
Well, I don't think I would go back to making content on it. I still do it on just for like for myself, like, but I don't think I would go back to making content just because I don't know. I have considered, like, I think if I were to go back to it, it would be related to booktube. Like rather than just making journaling stickers, it would be like stuff related to booktube, maybe like a bookmark or
Hmm.
I don't know, something. I haven't really given it much thought, but that would be probably the only way that I would. Like, I wouldn't start up another new hobby because I seriously just don't have the time. But yeah, that is if I were gonna go back to it, that would be the time. Like, it was really fun. I even like made a washi tape, not a washi tape, but like decorative tape at that time. And I have more ideas now, but I don't have the time. Maybe in the future. Maybe when I
Uh,
get to 1K on YouTube. So if you subscribe to my YouTube channel,
I
maybe. I don't
totally
know.
get the starting new hobbies because that's me. I
You just
always
started a new
try.
one.
Yeah, I started crocheting like months ago and I
You've
still
been
do.
enjoying it a lot. You've been
Yeah,
making
mostly because like I also watch movies or TV shows while I'm crocheting
food.
or listening to audiobooks. So I feel like my life is a bit of pre booktube and post booktube.
Actually,
That
that's
is
fair.
very true.
That's
My
fair.
content, yes. I think I put more effort to my videos before. Like I
Mm,
really beat myself up or like, okay, we have to do this, we have to do this. I was doing more vlogs before.
yeah, you
Like
were.
even if it's time consuming and it's more tedious to do, I did a lot of vlogs. Wednesday reading supposed to read fantasy series.
Yes, you should.
Wish booktube. I remember watching you do a read with my slash a Sunday on your live. Apparently based on your genre too. Lots of fantasy oh my gosh, yes. Yes. Always to babble. Yes.
Babel is
I
so I can't get it out of my mind. Like whenever I think even just last Wednesday, I was chatting about something, explaining something, and then we for some reason we keep going back to language.
babble.
And then I would bring up translation, and then it's Babel, and I'm like, this has happened multiple times in a row now. Like I can't get it out of my mind. So
Yeah, even in our sprints.
yeah, last sprint, I know 5 stars was definitely warranted for that book for me.
I still haven't done like a proper review because like I feel like there's not enough words to describe how good it was. And I
Yeah.
still haven't like reviewed it. Like just 5 stars. That's it.
I when I did my wrap up, like when I filmed my September wrap up, I floundered so much talking about my Babel just because I don't know where to start. I don't know what to say, and I don't know if I'm like overreacting with my feelings. But I'm like, but it's just so good.
So speaking of, should we start with sprint number 3? Because we've blabbered, we've yapped for like a sprint. So should we do sprint number 3 so we can get some more reading done? Yes.
Yes, happy reading, everyone.
Happy reading, everyone. Hello again.
Hello.
That was another quick sprint, but I was able to make a dent on my book. I am now at 80 something percent.
Almost
85.
done.
85. Thank fucking God.
And that's a pretty short book, right? So the 15%
Yeah,
is like 60%.
yeah, I think it's around 270 or something like that pages.
Then I think you can finish it the next sprint.
Hopefully,
But
or at least tonight. So I can start with a different book.
yeah,
How was yours? How about you?
I made it to page 98, almost 100. And things are happening. Like very weird things are starting to happen in the house. It reminds me a little bit of Hunting of Hill House, where there's like just some off things that are happening, and there's like a history at the house and everything. And also there's a scene with a dumb waiter, and I'm like, dumb waiters just creep me out. I feel like once when I like pull up the dumb waiter, something's gonna come out of that. So
Yeah,
the dumb waiter, I'm like, ugh. And then there like the part where I stop, I feel like it's gonna be a turning point. I feel like something is gonna happen at this point that's gonna set off this whole thing. So I'm kind of like, oh, what's happening? So I'm liking it so far. How about everyone? How was your
yeah.
book?
How about everyone else?
You're doing?
Mm, Okay, I'm trying to read through the comments. Hold on, let me stop there. Happy reading, happy reading. Because there's a reference with readings friends and
I remember Sai saying this last time when Sai was reading Dum
readings
Dum, and
friends.
I don't know if Sai mentioned it in. No. It was our sprints, I think, when Sai mentioned that there are reading sprints. Because I remember we got confused about did the author of the book inside the book or the actual author of the book. I remember
Oh
one of you.
yeah, I remember that. Oh my gosh. I also love bookmarks, but oftentimes I would just get whatever's near me. But sometimes if I'm about to start a book, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna grab the sticky flags based on the color of the book, and then I'm gonna grab a different bookmark. But I guess I have so many bookmarks that I'm overwhelmed with what I would use.
Mm, I don't have a big collection. Last year, I bought a lot because didn't have anything, and now I feel like I'm at that point where I'm just reusing the same bookmarks. But I mean, it's fine. You don't need a new bookmark for everything. But I'm like saving some like different bookmarks for different genres specifically. Like I want to match the bookmarks vibe to the book. So
Gosh.
I have a couple of like
Like,
romance ones. I have a bunch of like fantasy vibes or like old book vibes, but I don't have anything for like thriller bookmarks or like I don't know stuff like that.
well,
I feel like
I
I
say
want to
I
have.
have a lot of bookmarks because I also have a lot of like photo cards from BTS, like the ones that
Mm,
online sellers would give you when you order from them. So like I
ah,
have just this cup of like random ass things that could pass as bookmarks, like the MIBF ticket or like
yeah, yeah.
MIBF ticket from like years ago. This was from 2023. Sorry. Like just random stuff. Like I also have like bookmarks. Like I think I bought this from Alex. I forgot her, but she's also a booktuber, but she's
Mm,
now active. Then
mm.
I have this like the one that you put on the spine
Yeah,
instead.
yeah,
I have
yeah.
something like this, and I don't use them that often because like oftentimes I'd be like just using a flat bookmark.
I would just use whatever's near me, not even a bookmark. Like if there's a receipt beside me when I stop reading, I would use that. I'm so lazy about using bookmarks. That's why I try to just pick the. If I don't pick a bookmark when I start reading a book, I would never use a bookmark. I would use whatever. I would lay the book like flat, just like upside down, to keep my page. I would like. Not sure if you heard that, but that was just a that I had. But yeah, I didn't
Have
read
you read?
enough.
Oh my gosh, what did you do? And will you be reading during our last sprint? There's no pressure with our sprints because,
No,
like,
we're chill.
yeah, you can do whatever you want. Well, we're gonna read. Oh, JM, thank you. I miss you guys. I hope to visit soon. I hope to visit soon down south. Yes, buddy reading Hunam Dong with other Filipino bookstagrammers. That's why I prioritized it early this month. Such a cozy read. Is there going to be a discussion, a live discussion of this one? Is it going to be non-spoilery? Because I'm going to tune in. I have a bookmark box, but I still use the seconds.
Yep, that's
What's
me.
the worst? What is the worst or weirdest things that you've used as a bookmark?
I use my phone and then I use my phone as a bookmark and then I put the book inside my bookshelf and I was looking for my phone for like an hour or something like later on in the day because I'm like, where the heck did I put my phone? And it was inside my
So
book.
did you call it? That's how you found it out?
I'm usually on a silent, so I wouldn't hear it. I did the find my phone on my I'm like, where is it coming from? And then I obviously didn't think to look at the book because, like, why would I use my phone as a bookmark? But
Yeah,
apparently,
yeah, yeah.
I did that. So there was that time.
Yes, the matchy bookmarks and book vibes. So friends gift bookmarks from their travels. Yeah.
Mm,
And Peter Popper bookmarks and those that come with books as swag. Yes. Like the ones from Book of the Month, from Fully Book. The one Fully Book is the one that has quotes on it. So
mm,
I also have another box of like other things that could pass as a bookmark because like when I go to conventions, I
yeah,
collect the business
business
cards
card.
of the different artists. So I use them because some are like so pretty that they could pass as a bookmark. So I collect those and I have another box over there just full of those. Haven't tried the garter one. Yeah, the garter one I'm scared because knowing me, I might rip the paper when I'm trying to take it off or something or putting it on. I read only a few pages from my phone. With between then and now, Isabel. Between then and now. Hold on, let me check this out. Between and now. Is it out?
Filipino
Ah,
authors.
wait, I saw this. Yeah, I saw this because like I think I saw the author on Instagram, and it's I
Ooh,
think her debut novel, if I'm not mistaken, and indie published as well. How
see,
is
an
it so far?
author. Oh, it's part of a series, Magnolia Heights series.
Is it the one that I'm seeing? Is the one with the what do you call
The
this?
doctor.
Yeah,
Yeah. There's a post on the author's threads where there's like a I guess a teaser for upcoming books because there's a one that's gonna come out first half of next year, and the name of the main characters are Emily and Joshua, and there's like a color scheme going on. I'm not sure if I can.
hmm. I guess it's just not what do you call this updated on Goodreads.
Yeah, because probably because it's not like released yet. But I just googled it and it said feels like a Emily Henry moment where there's like a theme and everything to the book. Like
Yeah, her
like
book.
yeah.
I stopped at page 78, chapter 10, planning to catch up with my pending Goodreads review. 5 books behind. Maybe me. I think I am like 10 books behind or something. Like, I'm just so lazy updating my. It's not just Goodreads, just updating my overall review, unless it's a commitment review.
I'm like updated on the star ratings, but not like I only recently just started doing like written reviews again. But
Mm,
I don't think I'm updated on that at all. I think I'm like 10 books behind or something like
yeah,
that.
same. Sometimes I would get like a burst of like
Yeah.
energy when it comes to like I either update like five at a time or seven at a time or not at all. Like in one sitting, I'd be like, "Ah, okay, just a Jim Carrey like gif of
Or like the cat.
Hunam will be just a chat discussion, but we'll check with them. They're 11 of
Oh,
5. So
11. That's a lot.
there was this one time I think I was eating lunch alone to Jollibee. I think I dropped my bookmark somewhere instead of book
Dog
earring.
earing.
I used dog earring. I used disposable. That's not so bad. That's not so bad.
At least it's
Good thing it's
unused. If
unused. Yeah, good thing it's
it
unused.
was used,
Like
that's a different story.
yeah, like a spaghetti, like a jolly spaghetti. Business cards make good bookmarks, and beep cards are membership cards. Oh my god, you use that as. Just don't use your debit cards or like your credit cards, maybe. Because like you might it might fall off or something. Only at chapter 2, the two leads have just been introduced. Intriguing. There is a group of girlfriends too, which reminds me of Happy Place by Emily Henry. You've read that.
Mm,
I haven't read it
yes,
yet.
I love it. It's 5 stars. I cried so much with that book. There's a vlog if you want to watch it. But I love that book. I'm getting more and more intrigued by this series. So I'm gonna add it. Definitely adding it to my TBR. I need more romance books by Filipino authors. So this is good.
There's one that I'm actually reading next. It's called Odds of Happily Ever After. I need to. It's what I'm reading next, but more of like because I have the e arc as well. Happily Ever After. Yeah, it's by Ange Miranda, and it's also a series. I think this is the second one from the series, if I'm not mistaken.
This
Yeah.
by Filipino author or no?
Yes, it's also a
Oh,
rom
it's set
com.
in Manila. When her older sister returned. Okay, I'm gonna add it to my TBR to read between then and now.
Random things I spoke like so early. I remember Gerald's video about it. Yes, guilty of using phones and utensils. God, I haven't used a wooden bookmark from your last trip. Yes, 5 stars for Happy Place. Odds, I saw also the arc. Yes. I'll watch your Happy Place vlog once I read it. The only unread. Ooh.
Let me know your rating, or let me know of all the Emily Henry books that you've read. If I loved, well, you haven't read Happy Place, so that doesn't make any sense. So just let me know. I was gonna say like which one would I like best, but I just you just said you haven't read Happy Place. So what is your rating right now for Emily Henry books? Which is your favorite and your least favorite?
The team knows a lot of romance Filipino authors. Understandable because you're now a romance slash rom com girly. I think you I think you have read more romance contemporaries than I do because I think the most that I've read in terms of romance, at least
Mm,
before, were mostly YA contemporary, like YA romance.
yeah, I
I
think
used to read a lot of those.
I think I go through like I use romance as palette cleansers in between books. So I feel like that's also why and also they're so fast to read. Like I would read one in like one day. So I would like, so I think that's why like I read so much of them. And entertaining most of the time. So yeah, I've been enjoying just having a little bit of romance to like break apart all the fantasy that because I've been reading a lot of fantasy as well. So
Displayed in the Ooh, there's a ranking. Funny story. White Gap. Book lovers, beach read, and people we meet on vacation.
interesting because I have read two books, Happy Place and Book Lovers. And Book Lovers, I don't like middle of the road, maybe like low 3 stars, 3 stars, like 2.75, something like that. And then Happy Place is like 5 stars.
Aw, similar with D. Like beach read is 4.5. People we meet on vacation is 3. Book lovers 5.
Same.
Happy place 5. Funny story to read soon. Oh my gosh. I can't relate because the only book I read was Beach Read and I didn't really like it. Like, may have been wrong place, wrong time. I
Maybe
could have, yeah. I didn't relate or like, I didn't, what do you call this? Empathize with the
with the character.
characters.
Wait, I was gonna wait until next sprint, but I just need to run to the bathroom real quick. Hold on. I feel like we're gonna
Yeah,
yap.
go.
For so I'm just gonna go to the
Yeah,
bathroom.
sure. I do read lots of romance by Phil M. and Phil authors. So are you also gonna read Odds of Happily Ever After? It's gonna be out October 22. So I'm like, I need to read it next once I've finished Restaurant of Lost Recipes. Because like usually I cannot read much when it's a work week, especially on a Tuesday and until Thursday. So I always like panic read when it comes to commitment books. I'm like, okay, I need to start reading them this weekend so I can hopefully finish them on a Monday or on Friday. So I think that's why my reading time, my reading has died down in terms of numbers. I've read all Emily Henry books finally. I have yet to decide which is my most fave between Funny Story and Happy Place. Beach Read was longer than it should have been. I do not remember much from Beach Read. I think I've compartmentalized me reading. Yeah, I was thinking about Abby Jimenez just now because like sometimes I get confused by Abby Jimenez and Emily Henry. I'd be like, oh, is that an Emily Henry book or an Abby Jimenez book?
I'm
It's like
so
I get
excited. There's Abby Jimenez. I bought 3 books by her, like the Part
from
of Your World
MIBS. Yeah.
series during MIBF, and I'm like, I'm so excited. I want to read it so soon.
Is it gonna be a vlog? It smells like a vlog. I was taking some food, but I'm back. No worries. We still
We're
have
just
one more
yapping.
sprint left. Yeah, we've been yapping. It's all 5 star for me. Aw. Funny story and our happy place, followed by book lovers and
What I'm
beach read.
getting here is that Happy Place is everyone's favorite.
Looks like it. And people we meet on vacation is mostly last. So should I read it based on like okay, should I read people we meet on vacation? So it
Yeah,
amps
yeah,
up
it goes
the
up.
only way is up. I have a difficult for my poor eyesight. Oh, okay, makes sense. I've been a romance reader all my life, but recently noticing that I like my romance with characters that feel human and shows realistic emotions, if you know what I mean. Does that mean you relate to them more?
I feel like sometimes with romance, there would be characters that are obviously characters. You know how they're obviously playing into a certain stereotype or a certain persona that are usually in books, and I think that's sometimes like very off-putting because they would react in the perfect way based on their persona.
Uh,
Maybe one
sometimes they're
time,
too perfect as well, like the
yeah,
men.
yeah. Also that. Oh, they're giving snaps.
Yeah.
Mine
Not
is
sponsored. Not sponsored.
yeah. Mine is just like you're too noisy. I'm just gonna sleep through your reading spread.
Funny story made me cry buckets. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh.
So,
I
but
feel like
in your case, it was Happy Place.
But I feel like with honestly with Emily Henry blah, blah, blah. Emily Henry's writing style, I feel like she's so good at capturing emotion but writing it out simply. Like she's not fancy when it comes to her writing style. She's not overly flowery, but she just knows how to phrase it in a way that makes you feel it. Is what I've felt with Happy Place. Even with Book Lovers, I just don't like the whole plot of Book Lovers, and I like the ending, but I don't like the whole like premise at the beginning, which is why I'm not a big fan of it. But the writing style, I feel like that's I think what she does best so far in the two books that I've read. Among all writers.
Abby Forum call. Yeah. This makes sense. This makes sense. Although I haven't read any Abby
What I
Jimenez.
what I've heard about Abby Jimenez though is that she talks about pretty difficult topics in her books, or at least in the part of our world, part of your world series. Like she talks about pretty serious stuff, and it gets progressively serious in that trilogy. But I'm not sure yet because I haven't read anything by her. But I think her older works are more rom com. I'm
Oh
not sure.
yeah, Dee actually mentioned that. Always tackle serious themes. I need to get to Abby Jimenez is same. Maybe this should be a vlog so it could be done. No,
I'm
it's
gonna be-
okay. Keep on yapping. There's another pattern where people who hated beach read loved. Those who love beach.
Uh,
It's just a matter of taste, I think, or
maybe
like
you like people we meet on vacation then, because you hated
we'll
beach read.
see. Excited for a funny story. I loved Happy Place. Ooh, another Happy Place. Enjoyer here.
I love it so much. You need to read it. I can lend you
Someday,
anything you want to.
someday.
Like I have
No,
tabs, but I don't have annotations. I'm not ashamed. I feel like if I had annotation, I was like, this hurts, and like that.
and then I put additional annotations so they like same.
Two plus one.
Felt. Characters that feel so realistic and human and relatable. Agree. I think everyone agrees with that. Book lovers had unconventional MCs and like that about it. This is my sign to read Happy Place by December since there is a matching height. As in like the
The
book
book height.
edition.
Yeah, probably. I guess the
Wait.
smaller.
Oh yeah, because they release it in different editions.
I mean, the funny story copy that I have is like the big one, and the happy place that is usually in fully book is like a smaller one.
Sort of not lead character material.
Mm,
Many
that's
annotations on this. I think so far the books that you've borrowed from me, they only have tabs or like notes from. I think even with
yeah.
Orin
They
Yarrow.
everything that I've read that I've borrowed from you is Kings of the Wild, and that has like a little bit of like a note posted at the beginning, but it's mostly tabs,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is why I
yeah.
had so much fun. Like, why are you tabbing this? There was this point there was just such a stupid scene, and there's like a big and it's like why? What was going through your head? And then there was also, I don't think the tabs were coordinated.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah,
yeah, there wasn't any theme, but for sure all the green jokes you were tabbing. That's like
yeah.
so much fun in this.
All the funny sexual innuendos, I tabbed it. But like, yeah, because I haven't written on my books yet. Like, I haven't discovered the what they call this, the Sharpie pen yet around that time. Because if I did, I would have tabbed like on my Kings of the Wild copy with like lol, so funny or something like that.
Wait, do you do the whole clear? clear post it and then highlight, or do you do the highlight strips, or you don't highlight?
I I only use the smaller ones sometimes. Like I use the smaller, thinner ones, and then I use the transparent, like
Post
bigger
it
ones to actually write
right or not?
long
Yeah.
things on the page. Matching height. Happy Place has so many vulnerable annotations, but still willing to let close friends
Really?
borrow. So
Like
shameless.
if I annotated Happy Place, I would be so like I would be so
Exposed.
hesitant to let people borrow it, because the reason why I cried so much with Happy Place is because I feel like we had very, very, very similar circumstances and the things that happened
Hmm.
relationship wise, and I was like,
That
I'd be like crying
is
all
so me. I am in this book and I do not like it.
I would be like, oh my gosh. I mean, I was already super self conscious when I uploaded that vlog because I was like literally crying. Like, I think I cut out the parts where I actually like
Mm.
crying with them. But it's good. Like reading books that make you feel like that, sometimes it's nice.
Yeah, it feels surreal. Like, damn, this fucking paper made me cry.
Yeah,
Like, words on paper?
words on paper.
How dare you? I paid for you.
I didn't pay to cry.
Iranian arts are highly interesting to me, but for finished copies, I mostly use tabs. I have to watch the vlog.
Now I'm like,
Wait,
what did I do in that vlog? I need to check. It was a vlog where I think it was like the TBR gotcha picks my reads or something that I did. I think it was that. Yeah, it was that. TBR gotcha prompts pick what I read. It's like scrubbing through it. Make sure like am I also read Cabinet of Curiosities in that vlog. So that was fun.
Cabinet of Curiosities. I'm Beth.
Yeah, I read it in that vlog as well. I actually really like this vlog. Okay. I have the same reason why people with me on
People
vacation.
agree this is still a 5 stars because of oh, and I don't like it.
I think that's a
I
fair
am in
point.
this book and I don't like it. 5 stars. How dare you?
Great thing
I
about
feel
books.
plagiarized.
Like this is my life story. It's a memoir.
Then you tag it as memoir on like
Memoir
Storygram.
under-
How do I watch this?
Oh,
I love Cabinet. Without context, it would just seem like you love cabinets.
the cabinets. Just cabinets. I just love cabinets.
Wait, did you read it this September? Wait,
No. That was when was this vlog?
pre
I
MIBF.
Yeah, before MIBF. I forgot to bring my copy. But also I don't think I would like line up the way Sai did for to get my book signed. So it's fine. Yeah, I read it 3 months ago, or at least I posted the video 3 months ago.
I was thinking about me when she wrote that book. Sorry, what the quick messages. So, should we move on to our fourth and last sprint of the night?
I think so.
Okay, this way we can really amp up our reading for tonight, and I could hopefully finish my book.
Hopefully.
Okay, sprint number 4. Everyone, let's go. See you in 25. Reading.
That was so fast.
I know. I didn't get to finish my book. Like I have
Almost.
2% left. Like two more pages left.
Should have extended it to 30 minutes.
Well, I did have to stand up and do something, so I could have finished it. How was the last sprint for you?
So I made it to page 132, which is
Ooh.
41%. And we're starting to learn a little bit more about this family that suddenly came in the middle of the night. And it's very subtle type of, I guess, horror, I guess, or like mystery thriller where
Mm.
nothing really has happened, like nothing.
Ah,
But the way that you know how there's just like odd things here and there that kind of like add up to like what is like there's something weird, but you can't put a finger on it.
yeah.
And I actually really like it. And the whole
Ooh.
because it's set in a house, like an old house, there's a lot of like imagery of the house settling in, or like very old basements, or like a shape of like the mark of where a frame used to hang. So it's sort of like lots of details like that that I actually like. I'm really enjoying. So I hope this is good, but it's definitely a slower type of book. Because I'm almost halfway through and nothing aside from the like beginning, which is like super straight to the point.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Nothing has really happened. But yeah, I'm still enjoying it so far. How about you? How is the almost finishing the book? It's the is it still
I guess has its moments.
mm,
Like there would be one-liners that would be very relatable. There would be some cute banter from the father-daughter duo. So I think this is around a 3-star read for me. Like I feel like this would be nostalgic for a Japanese reader instead, because there would be like talk about specific Japanese food. Like I
mm,
know the basics. Like okay, they talk about ramen, they talk about tempura don or whatever. They talk about gyudon. Uh, they talk about fried rice, whatever. But when it comes down to the minute detail of like discussing how they found out about the recipe, or like
mm.
certain prefectures or
Yeah.
provinces that this food came from, I wouldn't really understand or appreciate. Like, yeah, I'm reading the words, but I cannot relate because I'm not from there.
Yeah, yeah.
So, putting it in perspective, like, if this were a Filipino book and there are Filipino food references, like mentions of the provinces, I think a non Filipino reader would also feel the same. So I think it's best for someone just looking for a reliable like read, like a
Mm,
reliable cozy read. Like if you
yeah.
don't want anything thrilling, if you just want to relax and not think of anything, and like a reliable formula or recipe for the chapters, then I think this is a good book, because I haven't finished it yet. I have like 2 more pages to go, but I just know how it's gonna end. Like with the pattern that it went by.
Oh, which one did you like better, the first book or this one?
I think they're the same. It's like
Mm,
even if they're not, even if they weren't released separately, if they were like put
standalones.
in just one book, there wouldn't
Uh,
be that much difference.
Interesting. Okay. So you don't? Do you think you don't need to read the first book to read this book?
Yeah, you don't.
Oh,
Like there would just be one character that would appear that's not the father and daughter duo, but like she's consistent. Like she's just well, 2 of them. They're like customers of the diner,
mm,
but they would just appear here and there, but nothing that would affect the plot.
mm. Okay.
How is everyone else's reading though? Let's see. Okay, reading. Pumpkin Spice Cafe is so funny. Oh,
How
is
far
it
along are
spicy yet? Thanks again for productive. Ooh, 4 reviews in 25 minutes. Thank you so
That's
much for joining, Sai. Enjoy
so
the rest of your night as well. Had read 11 pages, finished a total of 17 out of 21 essays. That's a lot. Such a great reading night. Happy for you, since you mentioned that you really wanted to relax and read tonight. I have dinner now. Have some good sprints, everyone. Take care. Thank you
thank
so
you.
much for joining us as well, Eliza. It seems
I'm glad
like,
that everyone seemed to have a good reading night.
yeah,
Day, whatever time is it.
25 minutes is a perfect time, like the timer for us to read. Because,
Yeah.
like, we've tried 30 minutes. Should we try that next time? Like 25, then 30, then 25, then 30 again.
I think we could. I think we would see. We would feel like we could compare them better if we try them back to back. So maybe for next week's sprints, we can do 25, 30, 25, 30, just to
And
experiment.
since you mentioned next week's sprint, so
Yes.
just to segue, it would be on the other Pam, this book belongs to Pam's channel. So most likely it's gonna be on a Sunday, like tonight. Gonna be at 7 p.m. We're gonna be announcing it on our Instagram profiles and on our Discord as well. So sometimes it happens like a day, a day before or within the day, like I did today. But yeah, gonna be on her channel.
Yep.
And to segue again, you have your Wednesday sprints
Yeah.
upcoming.
Actually, my sprints this week is gonna be on a Tuesday.
Mm.
Is it? Yeah, it's gonna be on a Tuesday on the 5th. Well, for me, it's on the 15th. We're basically just gonna be reading series. I am reading the last half of A Curse for True Love by Stephanie Garber, which is the ending of the that trilogy. So I'm very excited. I am enjoying that book, so I'm happy that I'm finally finishing that trilogy. And then I will, I guess, announce the next book
Sprint.
that I'm like
Yeah, yeah.
series that I'm going to be reading, which I'm also very excited about. So yeah, so it's gonna be on a Tuesday, not on a Wednesday next week. But yeah, hopefully see you there if you want some sprints.
I'm
Yes.
always at work, so I always just drop by. So yeah, I
Just to
don't
say
get to
first,
read. Yeah, first.
and then I'm gone.
Unfortunately, not the last.
Yeah,
So
well,
yeah,
it's
please
a
do
pretty fun
join.
reading sprint. So thank you everyone if you're joining on those sprints.
Yes. So we'll see you. Well, Pam will see you on Tuesday and Sunday. I will see you all on Sunday again on her channel. Thank you, everyone, for joining our sprints tonight. We're glad to see that everyone was able to put a dent on the books that they're reading. And I should be able to finish mine after this. Like I'll
Yeah,
finish the I'll finish the book
should
after.
100%.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye. Have a good
Bye.
rest of your day or evening.